Hi, I am Vikram Grover. Welcome you all to our YouTube channel Startup Tactics. आप सबका स्वागत करता हूँ आप सबके YouTube चैनल Startup Tactics में। आज का हमारा जो टॉपिक है कंपनीज अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 2019। बहुत लोगों की रिक्वेस्ट आई कि सर कुछ नेक्स्ट आप कंपनीज अमेंडमेंट एक्ट जो 2019 है उस पर कुछ वीडियो बनाइए। तो हमने उस पर कुछ हाइलाइट्स हैं जो उसको उस पर वीडियो बनाई है। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं। जैसे कि हम हर बार डिस्कस करते हैं किसी भी एक्ट को हम पढ़ने जा रहे हैं या किसी बिल्स को पढ़ने जा रहे हैं तो उससे पहले हमें उसकी हिस्ट्री पता होनी चाहिए। तो जैसे कि हम जानते हैं 31 जुलाई 2019 को जो कंपनीज अमेंडमेंट एक्ट बन गया, जिसको कंपनीज अमेंडमेंट बिल को प्रेसिडेंट की असेंट मिल गई, तो उसके बाद वो एक्ट बन गया 31 जुलाई को। उससे पहले इस बिल को प्रेजेंट किया गया के लिए approval of the proposal to be bill presented in the parliament by the union cabinet on 17 July 2019. Then on 25 July 2019 bill placed before the Lok Sabha, and on 26 July 2019 bill passed by the Lok Sabha, and 30th July 2019 bill passed by Rajya Sabha also. Both houses of parliament have passed the bill. On the 31st July 2019 assent of president of India becomes the act. The act was passed in so much hurry because time was going to be lapse for the ordinance, so they have to pass the bill. Okay, we are going to discuss the highlights of the act. Okay, because mostly the points or most the clauses are regarding to the ordinance which now came into the act. So we are going to discuss more on the highlights of the Companies Amendment Act 2019. As in the Parliament, Sitaraman said the act is going to be the major changes with the number of amendment, and wondered whether the earlier act was passed in a hurried manner. The law was passed during the UPA regime. मीन्स जब 2018 एक्ट जब पास किया गया था तो बहुत हरी में पास किया था एज पर हर स्टेटमेंट. शी ऑल्सो एडेड दैट द अमेंडमेंट will declog the national company law tribunal by shifting the routine matter out of it. As we know that the national company law tribunal has many matters in it, whether it relating to the conversion, whether it relating to the financial year change, whether IBC matters, merger matter, lots of matter are in the NCLT. So some matter to be shifted from NCLT to the RD. So to crack down the shell company, the minister said it has been mandatory to have physical address and registry to ensure such companies exist on the ground. कंपनी के रजिस्टर्ड ऑफिस फिजिकल होनी चाहिए, इसके लिए कुछ अमेंडमेंट्स की गई थी एज वी नो इन ऑर्डिनेंस आल्सो. So that is become now the act, so we will discuss that also. The corporate affair minister Sitaraman expressed concern over the individuals breaking the ceiling on the directorships and said the bill provide for disqualification in case of violation of permissible limit. As we know, as per section 165(20) कंपनीज में एक डायरेक्टर हो सकता है. तो अगर वो ब्रीच करता है वो कंडीशन, दैट विल बी अंडर सेक्शन 164, विल बी एज डिस्क्वालिफाइड. We will also discuss this later. Okay, so we are going to discuss the highlights of the Companies Amendment Act 2019, the key highlights. Firstly, we discuss the issue and transfer of the security to be in dematerialized form. As we know, in the Companies Amendment Act 2019, which is effective from the 2nd October 2018, relating to specific this uh, clause or section where all the public companies were required to ensure that the issue and the transfer of the security shall henceforth be done in the dematerialized mode only. Okay, as we know that whatever the issue and a transfer to be done in a public company as of now will be only in a debate mode only. They cannot transfer or issue in a physical mode. Okay, this provision alone had brought major changes in cleansing the system, as we know. Okay, as we know, in regard to the private companies in India, almost 85 to 90% are the private companies. So the provision of section 29 is now being extended to all the companies, whether in private company, whether it's public company, whether listed, unlisted, whatever the type of the company it is. So by omitting the public word from the section 29, I will read the section 29. What is means the amendment is there. In section 29, the subsection 1, in clause B, the word public shall be omitted. And in section 2, after the section 1, the following subsection shall be inserted, namely 1a. Section 1a is subsection 1a is inserted in the section 29. In case of such class or the class of unlisted companies, unlisted company means whether it is private or whether it public, as may be prescribed, the government will prescribe, the government will come in with the rules, the security shall be held or transferred only in a dematerialized form in the manner laid down in the Depository Act 1996 and the regulation made thereunder. So the government would now prescribe the class of the company required to issue and a transfer of the security in dematerialized form. The government will come with the rules for the same, uh, whether it issue and transfer of private company also to be in dematerialized form, or whether uh, old security also to be in dematerialized form, that will come with the rules. So this means that government may mandate the dematerialization of all the shares of the private company too. That will be a hurdle, we can say, for a private company, because mostly our close-headed companies are there in a private company. So that will be a new hurdle for the private companies. Okay, we will move to the next amendment. Next amendment is under the section 35, which is uh, that the filing of the prospectus with the ROC. It related to the filing of the prospectus with the ROC. If I read the amendment, it is saying that in principle act of section 35, in subsection 2, the clause C for the word delivery of the copy of the prospectus for registration. Previously the word there as a registration. Okay, now it is changed to filing the copy of the prospectus with the registrar shall be substituted. So now the copy of the prospectus to be filed with the registrar. It is amended in that. And the next amendment is regarding the beneficial ownership. Beneficial ownership, what is amended, that if a person hold a beneficial interest of at least 10% in a company or exercising significant influence or control over the company, it is required to make a declaration of the interest, as we know. Okay, so the in act what is added, section 4a is added. Okay, in which requires that every company to take steps to identify an individual who is a significant beneficial owner, require their compliance under the act. So what is added in that section, I will read as a section. In section 90, after the section 4 subsection 4, the following subsection shall inserted, namely the new subsection 4a is inserted. Every company shall take necessary steps to identify an individual who is a significant beneficial owner in relation to the company and require him to comply with the provision of this section. Subsection 9 says the company or the person aggrieved by the order of tribunal may make an application to a tribunal for relaxation or the lifting of the restriction placed under the subsection 8 within a period of 1 year from the date of such order, provided if no such application has been made within a period of 1 year from the date of the order under the section 8, such shares shall be transferred without any restrictions to the authority constituted under the subsection 5 of section 125 in such manner as may be prescribed. Okay, and after the subsection 9, subsection 9a was substituted, that the central government will make rules for the purpose of this section. And in subsection 11, after the word brackets and the figure subsection 4, the word bracket figures the latter or the required to be necessary steps under the 4a shall be inserted. So this amendment is made under the section 90. Okay, and under the section 132, the new section was inserted, that after the subsection 1, the subsection 1a is inserted, that is regarding to the NFRA, and it is regarding the what will the duties NFRA will perform, what are the functions that NFRA will perform. Okay, and under the that subsection 1a, 3a and 3b was inserted. Okay, and it is regarding the debar of the auditor. The major, it is debarring the auditor, that under the act the NFRA debar a member or a firm for practicing a chartered accountant for a period between 6 months to 10 years for proven misconduct. अगर उनके खिलाफ misconduct prove हो जाता है तो they will be debarred for 6 months to 10 years. So the bill, which is now Act, the amends the punishment to provide the debarment for the appointment as an auditor or the internal auditor of a company or performing a company valuation for a period between 6 months to 10 years. ठीक है, बिल में अमेंडमेंट ये की गई और एक्ट बन चुका है कि पनिशमेंट जो है वो ये की है कि डिबारमेंट हो जाएगा अपॉइंटमेंट एज एन ऑडिटर, वो जो ऑडिटर अपॉइंट नहीं हो सकता, ना ही इंटरनल ना ही एज अ स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिटर कहीं भी, और परफॉर्मिंग नहीं कर सकता वैल्यूएशन तक भी 6 महीने से लेकर 10 साल तक, इट डिपेंड अपॉन एनएफआरए की क्या आप उसको डिबार करते हैं. And Mr. Sitaraman added that also assured that there is no conflict between NFRA and a Chartered Accountant Apex Body ICAI. Okay, so we will move to the major amendment which is there in the Act regarding the corporate social responsibility. Okay, in the section 135 uh, of the Principal Act. Okay, after the in subsection 5a was amended where the provision of the CSR was introduced in the companies act 2019. We all know that is based upon the comply or explain basis. Okay, या तो comply करो या explain करो अपने board reports में कि आप CSR spend क्यों नहीं कर पाए. Okay, so company will now be amended to spend on CSR. The board report will only give the reason for not spending, which is there in the Companies Act 2019. Okay, still from last 1 year we know that registry offices have sending the show cause notices to a company for not spending the as required amount or disregarding the so-called reason given in the board report. And if they have not given also the in the board report, they're still sending the because it is on comply or explain basis. Okay, so the atrocity added in the CSR is totally different. Okay, so if the companies are not able to spend or the targeted amount, then they are required to contribute the unspent money to the fund mentioned in the Schedule 7. सीतारमन added that अगर आप spend जितना target amount आपको spend करना है which is amount to 2%. ओके, सो अगर आप वो spend नहीं कर पाते, जो आपका unspent amount money है, आपको Schedule 7 के अंदर उन फंड्स में आपको कंट्रीब्यूट करना पड़ेगा. As per added subsection 6 of section 135, companies may retain amount only to the extent required for ongoing projects. खाली ongoing projects के लिए amount retain कर सकते हैं. ongoing project अभी तक define नहीं किया गया है as mentioned in the amendment that as may be prescribed, they will come with the rules. Even in the case of such ongoing project, the amount required will be put into a special account within 30 days from the end of the financial year. आपको एक स्पेशल अकाउंट क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा फॉर दैट पर्पस. वो आपके 30 दिनों के अंदर जैसे फाइनेंशियल ईयर खत्म हुआ आपको उसमें ट्रांसफर करना पड़ेगा फ्रॉम वेयर इट मस्ट बी स्पेंट विद इन द नेक्स्ट 3 फाइनेंशियल ईयर, और उसी अकाउंट से अगले आने वाले 3 सालों में आपको स्पेंड करना है. अगर आप तब भी वो स्पेंड नहीं करते हैं, विल वंस अगेन बी ट्रांसफरेबल टू द फंड मेंशन इन शेड्यूल 7. जो शेड्यूल 7 में फंड्स मेंशन है लाइक प्राइम मिनिस्टर रिलीफ फंड या प्राइम मिनिस्टर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फंड्स आर मेंशन देयर, यू कैन ट्रांसफर द फंड्स इन द शेड्यूल 7. Okay, as per the added in subsection 7 of section 135, if you made a contravention of the provision makes the company liable to be a fine which shall not be less than 50,000 rupees, but which may extend to 25 lakh rupees, and the officers who are the officer of the company will liable to be the imprisonment for up to 3 years. ओके, उनको 3 साल की जेल हो सकती है अगर आप 135 का कॉन्ट्रवेंशन करते हैं. ओके, सो और पे अ फाइन एक्सटेंड टू 5 लाख रुपीज, द कंपनी शेल बी पनिशेबल विद फाइन. क्योंकि कंपनी पे सिर्फ फाइन डाला, जो ऑफिसर्स हैं कंपनी के दे मे ऑल्सो बी एलिजिबल फॉर द इम्प्रिजमेंट फॉर अप टू 3 years. 3 साल की जेल हो सकती है अगर आप CSR की सेक्शंस का कॉन्ट्रवेंशन करते हैं. The minister also added that section 135 of the act was being amended to provide the specific panel provision in the case of non-compliance for the CSR provision. So 135 को comply करना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी हो जाएगा क्योंकि यहाँ पे imprisonment ऐड कर दिया गया है. बहुत सारे सेक्शंस में से imprisonment को रिमूव किया गया है, only the civil provisions added, but यहाँ पे imprisonment ऐड किया गया है. Okay. Amendment was also added under the section 212 of the Principal Act. Okay, in subsection 8 of section 212, for the words if the director, additional director, or the assistant director, the word if any officer not below the rank assistant director shall be substituted. Previously, under the section 212, there is a language that director, additional director, or the assistant director, उसको रिमूव करके आपका ऑफिसर नॉट बिलो द रैंक असिस्टेंट डायरेक्टर सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दिया गया है. ओके, so in subsection 9, for the proportion beginning the word the director and ending with the word bracket figure subsection 8, the following bracket and figure the officer authorized under the subsection 8, मतलब जो amendment subsection 8 में की गई, they are the authorized immediately after the arrest of such person under subsection shall be substituted. ये वर्ड सब्सिट्यूट किया गया है. इसके अंदर जो मेजर अमेंडमेंट की गई है अंडर द सबसेक्शन 14, उसके बाद एक नया सबसेक्शन ऐड किया गया 14A. It is read as where the report under the subsection 11 or the subsection 12 state that the fraud has been placed in a company and due to such fraud any director, any KMP, or the other officer of the company or any other person or the entity has taken undue advantage or benefit, whether in form of any assets, any property, or the cash, or in any other manner, the central government may file an application before the tribunal for the appropriate order with regard to disgorgement of such assets, property, or cash, or also for holding such director, KMP, or other officer, or any other person liable personally without any limitation of the liability. So ये amendment किया गया. We will move to the next amendment. एक मेजर अमेंडमेंट ये भी किया गया अंडर द सेक्शन 241, 242, 243. अनफिट अनफिट एंड इम्प्रॉपर पर्सन डिफाइन किया गया है उसके अंदर कि जो अनफिट एंड इम्प्रॉपर पर्सन है, ओके, उसको कंपनी में नहीं रखा जाएगा. ऑल्सो इन पार्लियामेंट सीतारमन एडिड द वर्ड रेड दैट अनफिट और इम्प्रॉपर पर्सन एलिजिबल नहीं है कंपनी में डायरेक्टर रहने के लिए. सो अमेंडमेंट की गई सेक्शन 241, 242, 243 विच एम्पावर करता है कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को जहाँ पे उसको लगता है, ओपिनियन है कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट वेयर इट एक्सिस्ट द सर्कमस्टांसेस जो कि मेंशन्ड है अंडर सेक्शन 241 सब सेक्शन 3 के अंदर, that they move to a matter into the NCLT against the managerial person. उस मैनेजरियल पर्सन के अगेंस्ट एनसीएलटी में मैटर्स ले जा सकता है अगर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को बिलीव है दैट ही इज अनफिट और इम्प्रॉपर पर्सन. ट्रिब्यूनल देन डिसाइड करेगा वेदर और नॉट द रिस्पोंडेंट इज अ फिट और प्रॉपर पर्सन टू द होल्ड द ऑफिस ऑफ अ डायरेक्टर or any other office connected with the conduct and the management of any company as per the subsection 4A of section 242. Okay, once NCLT passed an order against such managerial person, एक बार NCLT ने order pass कर दिया उस managerial person के against, तो such person shall not hold as a director, even as a director or any other office connected with the conduct and management of the affairs of the company. एनी कंपनी कि मीन्स कि डायरेक्टर तो है ही है कि डायरेक्टर भी नहीं रह सकता, पर वो कोई और ऐसी पोजीशन भी होल्ड नहीं कर सकता विच रिगार्डिंग टू द कंडक्ट या मैनेजमेंट ऑफ अफेयर्स ऑफ एनी कंपनी. Okay, this would mean that instead the person has mandatorily take a gardening leave of 5 years. उसको 5 साल के लिए बाहर कर दिया जाएगा बिल्कुल कंपनी के अफेयर से, वो अपॉइंट नहीं हो सकता. That we discussed that all are the major amendment in the key highlights of the company's amendment act 2019. Some amendment relating to the ordinance also in there in the act, so we will discuss in a short, in a crux manner. Okay, so there is a 16 section of the act are amended so as to modify the punishment which provide the said section for the fine to monetary penalties. Means now the imprisonment is removed some sections and monetary penalties are provided in that, and for the civil liability only. Okay, so allowing also the amendment relating to the allowing the subsidiaries of the foreign companies to follow different financial year for accounting. Now it is under the RD. Okay, so NCLT will not taken this matter relating to the change of financial year. Okay, and the shifting of the power for conversion of public company into private company now is shifted from NCLT to the central government. as well, means the RD. An amendment act seeks to insert a subsection 1A, which we discussed in section 29, which entirely amended that certain unlisted companies that the security shall, in addition of being issued, also to be held and transferred only in a dematerialization manner, which we discussed earlier. Okay, and the amendment are made to section 135 to carry forward the unspent amount of the CSR to the special account within and they had to be spent for the next 3 financial year, which we discussed. Okay, so the act provide for the punishment of debarment of auditor as an auditor or an internal auditor or performing the company's valuation for the 6 months to 10 year of any misconduct. As we discussed, the pecuniary limits of the RE to compound offences under the section 441 of the act is proposed to be increased. जो हमारे ऑर्डिनेंस में था कि इसकी अमाउंट इंक्रीज किया गया है कि कंपाउंडिंग ऑफ ऑफेंस जो आरडी के अंदर है, जो थ्रेशोल्ड लिमिट है अब 25 लाख रुपीस तक कर दी गई है. A new clause has been inserted under the section 164 to state that the violation of section 165(1), दैट इज मीन्स इफ अगर आप 20 कंपनी से ज़्यादा कंपनीज में आप अपॉइंट हो जाते हो एज पर सेक्शन 165, ओके, और वट एवर द लिमिट इज प्रिस्क्राइब दैट, तो आप 164 के अंदर आप डिस्क्वालीफाइड हो जाओगे ऑन द ग्राउंड्स ऑफ डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन ऑफ डायरेक्टर इज एडेड इन 164 if he or she breaches the limit of maximum directorship allowed thereunder. Okay, so the amendment in section 249, which is discussed and which is on the screen, that empower the central government to move the matter to the NCLT against the managerial person on the several grounds which is mentioned there in the act. So they are simultaneously reading 241, 242, 243. Okay, and the more clarity with respect to certain power of the NFRA, it's added under the section. The act provide more power to the ROC to take strict against actions against those companies which are not working as per the law, and the registrar can remove the name of the company from the ROC if it is not carrying on any operation. Here also added, in case the corporate fraud revealed by the investigation by the SFIU, the central government may make an application to the NCLT for passing the appropriate order for disgorgement of profit or the asset of the officer or the person entity which have obtained undue benefit, which we have discussed earlier. And the charges can only be registered with the period of 120 days from the date of the creation and modification, and the ad valorem fee shall be also be added charge over and above the additional fees in case of the delayed filing beyond the 60 days. We will make a different video on this charge because the recent amendment is made and relating to the fees and the timelines to filing of the charge creation and modification. We will discuss in the uh, later video. Okay, we will make different video for this specific charge section. Apart from this, as we know that the penalty provision has been revised. So if any company fails to file the annual return as provided under subsection 4 of section 92 before the expiry of the period specified therein, then such company and every officer who is in default shall be liable to be a penalty of 50,000 rupees. 50,000 की पेनल्टी उस पर लगेगी. एंड केस अगर वो कॉन्टिन्यूस फेलियर करता है, द फर्दर पेनल्टी ऑफ 100 रुपीज फॉर ईच डे आफ्टर द फर्स्ट ड्यूरिंग विच सच फेलियर कंटिन्यू सब्जेक्ट टू मैक्सिमम ऑफ 5 लाख रुपीज. उस पर 5 लाख रुपए तक वो कंटिन्यू होता रहेगा. ओके, and other penalty provision which is revised, if a company fails to furnish the DIN under the subsection 1, such company shall be liable to penalty of 25,000 rupees, and such case of the continuing failure such further penalty of 1,000 rupees for each day after the first during the such failure. तब वो चलता रहेगा, तब तक वो पेनल्टी लगती जाएगी. और सेक्शन 203 में क्या गया कि अगर 203 का नॉन कंप्लायंस किया जाता है तो प्रोविजन अमेंडेड टू प्रोवाइड दैट इफ एनी कंपनी मेक एन डिफॉल्ट इन कंप्लाइंग विद द प्रोविजन ऑफ दिस सेक्शन, such company shall be liable to penalty of 5 lakh rupees, and every director and KMP of the company who is in default shall be penalty of 50,000 rupees, and where the default is continuing one, with a further penalty of 1,000 rupees for each day such first during which such continue default but not exceeding 5 lakh rupees. Okay, so they are the major penalties which are being amended. So they are the only the penalty provision which we are discussing regarding to the ordinance. Okay, and penalty provision regarding to the 447 of the principal is increased from 25 lakh rupees to 50 lakh rupees. 25 लाख से 50 लाख कर दी गई है. ओके, और 454A एक सेक्शन इंसर्ट किया गया रिगार्डिंग द पेनल्टी फॉर रिपीटेड डिफॉल्टर्स के लिए कि दैट रिपीटेड डिफॉल्टर्स बाय अ कंपनी और ऑफिसर ऑफ द कंपनी और एनी अदर पर्सन हैविंग already being subjected to penalty for default under the provision of the act and the section 454A में अगर continuing defaults की penalty दी गई है. ओके, सो ये सारी जो प्रोविजंस थी हमने डिस्कस करी रिलेटिंग टू द कंपनीज अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 2019. ओके, जो हमारा कंपनीज अमेंडमेंट सेकंड ऑर्डिनेंस 2019 था उसको रिपील करके नाउ नोटिफाइड एज एन एक्ट एंड सम प्रोविजंस इज एडेड इनटू द कंपनीज अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 2019. नाउ इट इज नॉन एज कंपनीज अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 2019. सो मोस्ट प्रोबली आई थॉट दैट मैंने बहुत सी चीज़ें इसके अंदर कवर कर ली हैं जो कि आपको बतानी चाहिए थी रिलेटिंग टू अमेंडमेंट ऑफ कंपनीज अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 2019. अगर फिर भी कुछ इसमें रह गया हो जो आप कुछ जानना चाहते हैं तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में मेंशन कर सकते हैं. ओके, और कुछ भी आप किसी भी अपडेट्स की जानकारी लेना चाहते हैं तो मेरे चैनल को आपके चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए, बेल आइकन को दबाइए सो दैट कि कोई भी लेटेस्ट अपडेट लेटेस्ट वीडियो कोई आती है तो हम आपको इन्फॉर्म कर सकें, आपको पता लग सके कि कोई लेटेस्ट वीडियो और अपडेट आया है. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियोस. अगर आपको कुछ भी इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए, if you want any information regarding to any something amendment or something, if you have any query you can call on my number which is provided over the screen, that is 9650056816. You can WhatsApp me, you can also mail your query on the startuptactic@gmail.com. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. Have a nice day.